Hello everyone, my name's Sammy and welcome to today's yoga practice. We're going to focus on rotation of the body today. Okay, so quite often in our everyday lives, we're very forward and back, sagittal plane, what they call it. And today we're going to be working in a transverse plane or rotation. We're not only going to be moving the trunk or twisting the trunk, we're also going to be rotating through the arms and legs as well, okay? So before we begin our practice, we're going to just take a little moment to check into our amazing bodies and see how they feel today. So standing in a nice comfortable position, spreading those toes, relaxing the arms down by our side. You may like to soften the gaze or look downwards, okay? Whatever feels good for your body today, okay? We want to honor how we're showing up. So we're just going to bring our awareness to our breath, moving in and out of our body without any effort. The only effort being to nourish our amazing bodies. Checking into our mind, noticing what's coming up for us today. It's a new year, so there's a degree of anticipation and change for some of us. For some, it's just business as usual, and that's okay as well, okay? So just noticing how the body feels when we're breathing in and out, in through the chest and ribs and belly, and out again, rising and falling. Doing a quick body scan from head to toe and fingertips, noticing any tightness, soreness, or just feeling a bit sluggish. Taking a couple more of these breaths, focusing on maintaining a nice even breath in and out without too much effort. And then when you're ready, we're going to take a couple of deeper breaths with short exhales. So we're going to inhale, we can bring the arms up above our head, and then exhale. Inhale, wake ourselves up, lots of energy going in. Let go of anything that's not serving us at the moment. One more. And release. Nice. Let's get a little bit of a quick mobility in before we begin our vinyasa flow. So tucking the chin towards the throat, gently nodding the head up and down. You may like to use the breath to guide you as we exhale to tuck and roll the head forward, and then inhale to lift. And then bring the head forward. We're going to do a few side turns of the head. It doesn't matter which side you start, just whatever. Inhale to center, exhale to turn, inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and inhale and coming to the front. Lovely. Let's get the shoulders moving, just some rotations forward and back. Notice if they're feeling tight or stiff, and the same with the elbows, the wrists. Give the fingers a wiggle, changing direction. Beautiful. Okay, so from here we're just going to gently rock from side to side, opening up the rib cage, and we'll do some gentle turns, getting some rotation movement through the torso, priming it up. Lovely. Bring the hands so they face the front, and then back, and then front. So we're rotating through the shoulders here. One more. Great. Let's get some movement for that lower back. Gentle hip circles. Change direction when you're ready. And then coming to stillness. We're going to pop our weight on our ball of our foot, and we're going to rotate the hip in and out to warm that up. One more. And change to the other one, in and out. Great. And then feet down on the floor, we're going to tap the foot in and out, so we're rotating the foot in and out. And then lifting the ball and the heel, getting some movement there. And then let's do the same to the other side, tap the foot in and out. One more. And then heel up and down. And the ball of the foot too, waking up the shins. Great. So let's come to the top of our mat to start our vinyasa flow. So we're going to add some little variations to our vinyasa, some twisty variations. Let your body twist naturally. We're not going to force the twist. We're just going to let the back move what's it feels comfortable doing, okay? All right, so coming to the top, we'll come into Samastiti, so that's nice balanced standing, okay? Feeling nice and grounded through the feet, steady through the mind and the breath. Heels under hips, under shoulders. And when you're ready, we're going to take a nice inhale in, reach the arms above our head in Urdhva Hastasana, a little bit of a lean back, just a tiny one. And then on the exhale, coming down to heart space, we're going to inhale to twist and exhale to press. Inhale, come to the front. Exhale to press away. So a bit of a rotation, pressing the hands away. And exhale, press away. Inhale to center. Exhale to press away. Great. So from here, we're going to add a little bit of eagle arms to our next one. So we'll take the arms out and we're going to cross them under. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this. We can give ourselves a nice big hug, just letting the hands land on the back and the shoulders, and then do our side twist, which is what we'll do next. Or you can bring your your left arm underneath your right elbow. So left elbow underneath right elbow, and we're going to tip to the left. And then come up to center, release the arms, and then bring the right under left. And again, you have the option of giving yourself a cuddle as well. And then we're going to tip to the right, and then come up to center. And then letting go, give the arms a little bit of a shake. Bring the hands to heart space, just getting a sense of groundedness, checking in with the breath. And then on our next inhale, we're going to come into our chair pose. So sitting the hips back, weight in the heels. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the heart space. So we're going to add a twist to this one as well. So inhale to find length in the spine. And then exhale, we're going to begin to twist to the right. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale to the left. We'll do one more each side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Lovely. Inhale to center. We'll pop our hands on our thighs and then tuck the chin in and gently roll the spine down. Get as bendy in the knees as you can. Let the belly relax on the thighs. Let's just sway the hips. Shift our body weight from one foot to the other. Take a few breaths here. Let the head hang heavy. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to stillness, and we're going to add a rotation to this one as well, to our Uttanasana forward fold. So we'll pop our left hand on the floor. On the next inhale, we're going to turn to the right. Now we can pop our right hand on our hip or on our lower back. So we're taking a bend in that left knee to help us with our twist. And then exhale. On your next exhale, we'll put that hand down, and then inhale, turn to the left. So that left hand can be on your hip or your lower back. And then on your exhale, lower down. Let's do one more each side. So inhale, pick up the right. Pop your hand in a position that feels good. And then exhale to lower. Nice, smooth, steady breaths. Inhale, turning to the left. And then exhale, release. Beautiful. From here on our next inhale, we're going to come into half lift. So we can keep our fingertips on the floor, or you can bring them up to your shins or even your knees for your half lift. So we're looking for long arms, long spine. Let's take an extra breath here. And then we're going to come back into a forward fold. So with our twist this time, we're just going to do a mini twist and leave the arms down. So we'll walk the fingers over towards the right. Inhale to center. Walk the fingers to the left. So a little bit of a side bend twist. Inhale to center. One more each side. Twisting to the right. Inhale to center. Twisting to the left. Inhale to center. Lovely. Let's put the hands on the knees. We're going to slowly come up, push our hands through our knees, roll the spine up, And then when we're not quite there, we're going to straighten the spine, sweep the arms up, and then bring our hands to heart space. We'll come back for a little twist, one more each side. So inhale to find length in the body. Exhale, turning to the right. Inhale to find length in the body. Exhale to the left. Inhale, and then exhale, coming into mountain. Nice. Give your legs a bit of a shimmy shake. So from here, we're going to take a little bit of a vinyasa with no twists, and then come into a high lunge. Okay. So from here, we're going to take a big inhale into our Urdhva Hastasana, our little mini back bend. Exhale into mountain. Inhale into our chair. Exhale into our forward fold. Let that head hang heavy. Inhale into half lift. And then on the exhale, we're going to sandwich that right foot, send the left foot behind. Now we've got a couple of options here. We can drop the back knee into Anjani Asana, or we can keep the knee off the ground in high lunge, Ashtachandrandrasana. So from here, we're going to add a little bit of a twist to our high lunge. Okay, so we'll keep our left hand on the ground, and we're going to pick up our right hand and just rotate towards that leg, that right leg. So we can put our left hand on our hip, or you can pop it up in the air, or your lower back. So you've got a few options here. So we'll take a couple of extra breaths here. Just notice how this twist is feeling for our body and for our breath. One more breath. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the right hand down. We're actually going to stand up from here. Okay, so there's a bit of balance going on here. Take your time, make any adjustments. We'll bring the hands to the heart space. So still got that right knee over the right ankle. Inhale to find length, and now we're going to turn towards the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center, and exhale to the left, and then extending the arms away from each other. Take 2 more breaths here. You can really feel this in your right quad, or I can. We're going to sweep that left arm in front, sandwich the front hands, and we'll do a little bit of a transitional vinyasa here. So let's come into plank. Inhale into plank as we take our right foot out the back. We'll exhale chaturanga down, so either on knees or toes. Inhale into our back bend, so we can come into a cobra or baby cobra, okay? Or you might like to bring the hands a little lower down the torso and come into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or up dog. And then exhale into either puppy, or you can come into down dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. You may like to pedal the feet out. Beautiful, staying there. And then inhale, we're going to pick up the left foot this time while we're here. Bring it to the front. Make any adjustments. So we're going to do exactly the same thing on the left side as we did on the right. So let's add a twist to our Ashtachandrandrasana. So turning towards the left, left hand on the hip, lower back or up in the air. We'll take an extra breath or 2 here. Left ankle under left knee, pushing through all of the feet, the heels, the toes. Beautiful. Coming back to center, we'll pop that left hand back on the floor, change position or get a little steadier if you feel a bit wobbly, and then come on up on the inhale as we keep that low lunge or high lunge, whatever you're doing. Hands on the heart space. We're going to add some rotations towards the right. So inhale to find length, exhale to turn. This one might feel completely different on this side. Inhale to find length in the center. Exhale to turn. Ooh, wibbly wibbly. Inhale to center. And we'll stay here on the next exhale and stretch the arms out. I can feel my left leg working very hard here. You'll probably notice it wobbling a bit. Taking one more breath here. And inhale to center. We're going to bring our hands down either side of that left foot. Pick up that foot, send it out the back, come into plank. Do our little bit of a transitional vinyasa. Exhale, coming down on the ground, on your knees or toes, coming into our back bend. So you've got that up dog or cobra, and then down dog into puppy, or going into puppy or down dog. You may like to pedal the feet out here. Nice, and then we're going to bring our body back to plank, drop the knees down to tabletop before we move on to our floor poses. Okay, so from tabletop, let's add a couple of cat-cows here just to get some movement of the spine. Exhale as we come into our cat, tuck the hips, tuck the chin, reach the back to the sky or the ceiling. Inhale, coming into cow, our Bitalasana. Let's do a couple more of these. Exhale into cat, really reaching. Inhale into cow, hearts through the upper arm. One more of each. Exhaling and inhaling. And then coming back to tabletop, we'll pick up the left foot and take it out to the side. So our left big toes reaching up, looking up towards the front of our mat. So from here, we'll add a bit of a twist. We're going to take our right hand and then we'll be leaning on our left hand. We're going to drop the right shoulder towards the floor. We can rest the head on the floor. Okay, or if you've got a blanket, you can grab a blanket and put it underneath your head. So from here, if this is enough of a twist for you today, as you reach your fingers to your big toe, that's certainly great. And then from here, if you want to add a little bit more intensity, we can pick up the left hand, bring it up into the air, or pop it on our hip, or have it rest kind of over to the other side, over the right side of our body. So we'll take a couple of breaths here and just notice how we're feeling. We've got about a bit of an inner thigh stretch as we come into rotation, so lots going on here. One more breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to grab that left hand, pop it back on the floor, push up off the floor, pop the right hand back underneath, and then with this left foot, we're going to pick it up, swing it around to the right hand side. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a twist here, and we're going to drop that left hip down a little bit. So we've got a bit of a stretch through the left hip. Okay. Lovely. Coming back up, we'll have our knees back underneath our hips, and we'll do the same on the other side. So we'll take our right foot out to the side, make any adjustments. So we still want that left knee under the hip. Then we'll start to lower down, pick up the left hand, thread it behind the right arm, dropping the shoulder and the head towards the mat. Our right big toes pointing upwards, and this right hand, we can leave it on the ground, or we can pop it on our hip or wrap it around our back or up in the air. A few options there. You may like to shut the eyes and just focus on the breath moving in and out of the body. Just being mindful not to lean into that neck on the left-hand side. And then when you're ready, grabbing that right hand, pushing off the floor, unthreading your needle. We're going to pick up that right foot, swing it around to the left-hand side. Okay, so it's resting on the top of our foot, and then lean that right hip down a little bit. So we're getting a stretch down the side of our thigh. So a little bit of a twist here. One more breath. And let's swing that right foot back onto the mat. And then from here, let's have a bit of a rest. My right foot's got a cramp in it now. We're going to come into child's pose. So you've got a couple of options in Balasana. You can keep your knees under your hips, okay, so support your body, rest your body on your thighs, or you can take your knees a little wider. Oh, it's still cramping. Ugh. And then we're going to come down and have a bit of a rest here. So let that whole upper body hang heavy. Taking a couple of breaths here as we bring the tailbone to the feet. Resting the forehead on the ground or on a blanket or even on a block is a good option. Letting the forearms to the fingertips hang heavy on the mat. Nice. When you're ready, we'll begin to lift the gaze. Coming onto our hands and knees, we'll sweep the feet around and we'll come onto our backs. Okay, so we'll add a few little twists here while we're on the floor. We're going to do two types of spinal twists. Grab a pillow or a blanket or a block to support the head for the second one. So yeah, definitely take a minute to do that. Take your time. Hit the pause button. I'll just grab mine for the ready. Okay, so we're easing down onto the floor. We could roll down on our back or we can just ease down, walking our hands down. Okay, so from here, we'll take the arms away from the body. We want to ground the shoulder blades to the floor. Take a bit of distance between the feet. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And we're just going to take both knees over to the left-hand side, okay? So if we want to make this spinal twist a little bit more intense, we can pick up the left ankle and rest it on the outside of the right knee. Okay, so kind of pulling ourselves over, but we still want to keep that right shoulder blade rooted to the floor. Or you can just let your foot hang heavy. You don't have to wrap it around. You may like to look the opposite direction. So looking towards the right. Just take a moment here in a little bit of a spinal twist. One more breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to center. So if you have your foot hooked over, unhook your foot. Coming back to center, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So dropping both knees over to the right hand side, and then there's that option of hooking the right foot over the left knee and looking the opposite way as well. So lots of ways to add flavor to our spinal twist. The spine into a twist. We want it to turn naturally. So if hooking the foot's a little bit too intense today for you, that's okay. Just let it go. And then coming back into the center, unhooking your foot. And then from here, we're going to come into a different type of spinal twist. More focused in the upper body. So we'll be grounding the lower part of our body and allowing the upper part of our body to do the rotation. So we'll be lying on our left-hand side, and you'll need a blanket or a pillow for this one. Okay, so we're going to extend our left hand and pop our right hand over the top. We'll make a little bit of a lightning bolt shape with our feet and our knees. Okay. So we'll keep those legs glued together and glued to the ground. On our inhale, we're going to lift up our right hand. We can follow it with our eyes. And on the exhale, we're opening up, okay? Now with this right arm, if you're finding that the shoulder's just a little bit tight, what you can do, and it's a bit uncomfortable, we can bring our hand and pop it onto our hip, okay? So we're still getting that upper body twist. The whole of our left side of our body is grounded to the floor. So getting a more of a twist in the upper middle back as opposed to the middle lower back when we did that twist before. Taking one more breath here. And then on the inhale, we're going to look up towards the ceiling, bring our hand with us, and exhale, connect palm to palm. Let's do a little bit of a roll over to the other side. Sorry to have my back to you. We're going to extend the right hand onto the ground, make that lightning bolt shape again, left hand on top. We'll inhale to lift the left hand up off the right, and then exhale to open. Now you might notice that one side of your body feels quite flexible and mobile, and the other side might feel a little stiffer, and that's pretty normal. So when I did this before, I struggled to touch my fingers on the ground because I have very tight shoulder on the left, but on the right it's pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy, but that's pretty normal. There's nothing wrong with us. We're perfect as we are. We're to be kind to our bodies. Taking one more breath here. We're going to inhale, pick up that left hand off the ground. When we reach the top, exhale, connect palm to palm, gently rolling onto our backs as we come into Shavasana, corpse pose. Okay, so we're going to take a few minutes here just to check into our bodies and see how we feel after we've been doing those rotations. Okay, now add any props to make you feel comfortable. I like to have a pillow under my knees for my Shavasana. We want to feel nice and comfortable so we can remain still and settled. Popping your hands into a position that feels good. Sometimes popping them on your heart and your belly, you can feel the breath rise, can be quite soothing. And then just take a moment to notice how your breath feels moving in and out of your body. You may like to take some releasing breaths just to let go of any muscle or mind tension. Nice slow exhale, deep inhale, and letting it go. And then when you're ready, falling into your comfortable, nourishing breath, allowing the whole of your body to relax and release and let go. From your tippy toes to your crown to your fingertips. And then when you're ready, taking your time to bring some gentle movement back to the body, fingertips, toes, ankles and wrists, wiggling, circling, maybe a stretch, a deeper breath to get that movement back to our bodies. And then taking a bend in the knee, rolling over to our side, gently pushing through the floor with our strong arms and coming up to a comfortable seated position. I'm going to sit on my cushion. Lovely. If you'd like to join me by bringing your hands to your heart space with a gentle bow as we thank our beautiful and amazing bodies for moving and for being still, for our breaths for nourishing us, and for our minds for guiding and supporting us. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice, and the light in me honors the light in you. A namaste. Thank you so much for having me. I would love it if you could comment or subscribe or like, just to let me know what you think of these videos, okay? Otherwise, I wish you a beautiful day or evening when you're doing your practice, and I'll see you next time. Bye.